I really think that this investigation dealing with Miss Nancy Guthrie, I do not think that it started out correctly. For one, I feel like the police chief, this case was bigger than he is, than he can handle. Because the first thing I would have done was knowing that she had a caregiver that lived in her guest house and was fired 2 weeks before Miss Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped from her home in the middle of the night, would have been one of the first suspects that I would have been thinking of, and immediately she would have been gone in for questioning. The people that was working around her house, I would have contacted the person that also that were working on her roof about a month or so before that. I would have contacted the guy that was over those guys that was working on the roof. I would immediately contact him, had him to tell me each one of those guys' name that was working on that roof. Okay? To me, this police chief, this case was bigger than he could handle. I feel like he's a small town chief that needs to deal with small town things. This is a big city, and I think that it was too much for him to handle. Not knocking him, but sometimes you just can't think that far. And I feel like that he should have allowed the FBI to take control of the situation, especially when you know that it is outside of what is outside of your norm and how you think. And they're more qualified for this part of the job. I just don't feel like that he did a thorough investigation from the beginning. Tell me what you think. Please hit that subscribe button. Tell me what you think.